Let's see if this stays working here. This looks really choppy. Is the video feed actually working over here? I don't even know. Supposedly there's some sort of football game planned today, so I don't imagine anyone's gonna tune into this stream, but I keep putting off gluing this poor water damaged case back together, so hopefully if I, set this up as a live stream, this will kind of force me to start working on this, even though this is a not very interesting thing. That's why I'm doing it specifically when no one is going to be in here watching this. I don't even know if my video stream is actually working right now, because it looks very choppy on my end. So I actually, I'm not exaggerating, I found this outside of a warehouse, just completely in a puddle. I've cleaned it up, I've ironed it, it's still kind of floppy even after ironing it. My iron actually broke midway through ironing a different thing, and then I tried ironing this, so realistically I just need a new iron, and once I get that, I might go back to ironing this again. So this is severely water damaged because of that. It was just left outside. I do have the game for it. I have the cardboard. I actually have the foam, and the foam is weirdly in good shape. The manual was trash. It was all one hard piece because of the water damage. I don't know if I can rebuild this little guy, this little corner up here. We have kind of little bits and pieces. I don't know if I can glue them all together enough that we can make one little sort of corner piece up here. I feel like I need to cut another piece of cardboard, maybe. We just have a chunk missing from the back of this. This is a PlayStation 1 long box game. Sony, when they originally released the PlayStation, they came in long boxes. They had the plastic ones and the cardboard ones. I don't actually know which one came first, to be perfectly honest. But then they eventually switched to the much smaller one to save money and space and all sorts of things. And I have a soft spot for these long cardboard ones. And obviously this one has seen much better days. I'm not going to completely finish this today, but I'm going to start working on the gluing process. I glued up here a little bit because I just have to glue this layer onto the cardboard layer here, because it's all it's coming apart. It doesn't surprisingly look moldy and gross underneath. It just needs help. So I'm going to apply a liberal amount of super glue under here. And if anyone's thinking, oh, well, that's not the most ideal way of doing this, I found this outside. This was basically trash. I'm trying to save it however I can. I'm sure there's better methods, but yeah, this will never look perfect. This will always look kinda terrible. And so whatever I can do. Did this just break and glue come out the side? I got glue on my hands just now. I'm spending more money in super glue on this right now than this thing is probably actually worth. But that's fine. We're not doing this for an investment. We're doing this because I love video games and I want to save things, especially poor, sad video games that were neglected and left outside. I remember renting this game at a movie rental store when I had a PlayStation. I do not remember anything about it. I actually took this game and I got the disc itself and got it resurfaced. So the game does work and it actually looks pretty good. So, but the case is the rough spot. And once I have this all taken care of, I'm gonna glue the plastic part that the game would actually go in there with after that. Alright. Oh wow, I used a lot of super glue just now. I'm gonna have to buy more. Oh wow, I think we are out of super glue already. And we still have so much more to do on this. So it looks like next time I run to the store, I'm gonna have to buy more. But this will at least be a start to the project, you know? So I want to fold this up and around. And I'm going to take these little clamps that I have. Now, I'm not gluing this side yet for a very strategic reason. It's because I just ran out of super glue. If I had more super glue, I would have done that side too, but I can always just lift that up and get to that part afterwards. I also clearly need more clamps. If we space this out like that. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to let this dry off camera. that's kind of set up over there. Hey, sorry about that. I was just fixing a water-damaged box, but next we have a GameCube controller that I'm gonna work on, where we've got a wobbly stick, and it's a very, very small issue, but it's enough that it needs to be replaced. So we're gonna take this apart. I'm gonna desolder this stick, and I bought a whole pack of replacement sticks. So, my camera frozen? Oh no, okay, I can see it now. It's just taking a long time to catch up, so it's throwing me off. So we're gonna use a different screwdriver. Yep, well, you use a great gun. Great gun. I'm gonna use my desoldering station, which is just off the camera here, and then I'm going to solder in a new one. It's a very, very small wiggle, but it's enough that heat gun. No, I do have a heat gun though. I have a heat gun also off to the side here. What I'm going to use is I'm going to use my desoldering station. I'm going to desolder the stick, and then I'm going to use my soldering station, and then I'm going to solder a new one onto it. So let's get into this, and then also we're going to replace this little stick here, because that is gross looking, and we want to get a new, nicer looking one on there to kind of restore this and make this looking as good as possible. So, how are you doing today? Surprised anyone's in here. I was expecting everyone to just be watching the Super Bowl. I personally am not a sports ball person. I just watch hockey. So I have no idea. Gross looking is fine. Oh yeah, I've got, trust me, we've got some real bad ones in the drawer that we have to get to, but I need a replacement button. And like this one's pretty bad. That one's got to get a replacement. This one's a bit wobbly as well, that needs a replacement, but the rest of it's not bad. I got a lot to go through, and my plan is to start. Ooh, I'm noticing we got some what looks like tooth marks on the sides here. You waiting for the halftime show? That's fair. I got a bunch of these that I've just been kind of getting behind on doing. I'm gonna start going live, I think every couple days, to just get a couple controllers done, just to clear out some of my backlog here, because it is getting ridiculous. And if I'm live, it's motivation to make me actually fix stuff. I have a lot of videos I have to edit as well. Watch them that just play video games. What games are you playing? Anything exciting? All right. Yeah, that's a little nasty. Arkham Knights, nice. This is gonna sound like it doesn't line up, but if you want a game like it once you finish it, I really enjoy the Mad Max game made by the same company, because it plays the same way, but it's like a big open world. A lot of fun. Also gonna try out Deadlock. I'm not familiar with Deadlock. I'm not familiar with that one. So we got a little bit of wiggle here. We're gonna have to take that out. Yeah, it's the same kind of combat system where you basically, you know, wait for an attack and then like strike kind of thing. But it's a big open world, and you basically like build up cars and if I remember correctly, you have to build up forts and everything. Yeah, you build up forts in the wasteland. So it's there's a lot to it. Adventure shooter and MLBA. Nice. I have not played that. I've been playing a super cheap game called Chorus, where it's like I got it for like dirt cheap on one of the Steam sales. It's you fly around, and it's just like a space shooter kind of thing. Um, it's kind of fun. It's not bad. I don't know what the story is. I have no idea what's going on, but I get to fly a plane around in space and shoot things, which is always enjoyable. Get very lost in the building stuff. That's fair. I get lost like too much so in like anything where you get to like build up something and do like The Sims or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, instead of doing actual work, I'm taking a fake character and making them do a ton of work. Yes, Chorus, but it looks like Chorvs, which is weird, but it is their writing or whatever on it. I literally got it for I think less than $5 on Steam on one of the sales, and it's been a lot of fun. It's just, you know, it is just a little space shooter kind of thing where you're flying around, and there's some sort of like cult or whatever that's brainwashing people in these space stations, and I'm a sucker for side missions. I don't like to just do the main mission, and so like there's a lot of side missions where you'll go up to a mining thing and you find out they're being attacked by pirates and you have to like save them, and it's I don't know. I just put off the main mission every game I play for forever. Oh, dude, these are fantastic. This is so worth the money. This one, this is the Anasty ZD915. It makes life so easy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've been slacking. I haven't played any games lately. Nah, I've been too busy for the most part, but I've been trying to do just like a mission here or there. Speaking of like building, weirdly another one that's like that where you like have to build up stuff is the last Soul Calibur they made. There's like a single player story, and there's like a ton of stuff you can do in that, and like right before bed I'm trying to go like, ooh, I'm just gonna sneak around, I'm gonna do a little thing in there, and then I'm gonna be done for the night. But I've just got a lot of projects. Not like Irish Store. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. I have yes, they're very annoying to desolder. I have a what is it called? I have a Tandy 128 that I've yet to use, and then I have a Commodore 64 and a couple of the old Atari computers. But I kind of want to start getting into some of those old PCs like that. Gotcha games have... Oh, I'll just do it quick. Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, I gotta do my daily thing. This one does not want to come free. There we go. Nope, missed this side. So this tip isn't as big as the actual post is, so you have to go at it from a side angle, and just kind of heat it up and suck it out. Yeah, I even have one of the Tandy monitors too, which is really cool. Man, this post is gonna fight with me. Problem is we've got this right here, so I can't get at it from the side that I need to. Might just try to use some solder wick. But yeah, the Amnesty ZD915 that I have, it's not terribly expensive. I think it's like $120, which, you know, that's money, right? But it's not like the $1,000 ones that are out there that are like super crazy for these like desoldering stations. We got a TRS-80, nice. Commodore 64, 3 of them. It was a 35. Here's the thing. So, oh, I have a VIC-22. I actually. Oh, hang on. I have one on the floor next to me. I literally have a VIC-20 on the floor next to me. I don't know if it's going to show up entirely in frame because it's a big box, but I do have one of those, which is super rad. My grandma had an older computer with games on it. I have to figure out what it was when I was a little kid. Yeah. My first memories was, I think it was a Dell PC that had well, my first computer was a Acer with Windows 95 on it, but then we had a Dell PC with this really wild setup where it didn't have like a home screen, but it had like a bookshelf, and you had all your stuff on this bookshelf, and you would just, you know, access what you wanted to on the bookshelf. I don't know what that was, because I don't think that was like Windows Bob or something. I think it was still Windows 95, but it had this like custom interface. There we go. I think we got it now. Okay, dinner now. Well, it's good talking to you. If you're heading out, thanks for dropping in. It's a black screen with the game was green. What? You lost me on that one, May. I'm sorry. Let's see. It was a black screen. The game was green, I think. The game you were playing on it was green? Ah, we gotta get... I see the problem. It looks like I got all of it off this one here. And this one. I still have my very first PC game ever. Black screen. The game was green. Pre Doom. Doom was, you know, that's some early. I mean, well, in relative, there's obviously like PC games in the 70s, but black screen. Do you remember the gameplay at all? Got that one. This one still is going to be fighting me here. There we go. Think we got it now. Maybe, I'm hoping. You gonna come free now? Oh, shoot. I missed this guy here. I'll ask my brother. You should. You should see it, because there's a website, GOG.com, Good Old Games, and you can find a lot of old games that, like, were from way back. And they make a thing called DOSBox, which if you download like a game through GOG, you use DOSBox, and gameplay was supposed to up, down, side, no 3D. But if you use DOSBox, what it does is it basically emulates an older PC on your new PC, so you can play whatever game it would have been. So if you can find out what it was, we can probably figure out what game you had. Like, it was like Jazz Jackrabbit or something. That looks disgusting. It was just old flux that's on there. It just makes the board look dirty because the board's white. But it's just flux. We just gotta clean up the flux. Alright. Let's get our new stick. Get that installed. My cat somehow removed the N key on my gaming laptop. I'm sorry to laugh, but that is kind of hilarious. That was pretty funny. I am sorry to hear that. Oh, this side's bad too. What do I do with that? I have to clean all this up. Do you have the key, or did they just, like a bandit, did they run off with the key? I have the stuff to fix. I just haven't yet. Yeah, that's kind of my problem a lot of times. Got a lot of stuff, and I've got the parts to fix it, like this here. I just haven't gotten around to getting to it, which I'm gonna try to stream multiple times this week, and next week, and the following week until I'm somewhat caught up. These are just like quick little jobs that, whatever, you know. Like gluing that box like we started this stream off with, or just cleaning up this GameCube controller. Yeah, you posted in the Discord. That's a bent little leg. That's another bent little leg. Oh, that leg's really bent. Let's fix that too. Yeah, man. Let's line all this up. There we go. Oh, I can turn this off. This doesn't need to be on anymore. Let's get some flux. I'm going to turn on my air filter here. There we go. Perfect. Now we get to just put it all back together. It's still kind of gross, and I will have to clean this up more, but that's fine. We got the hard part done. Well, the hard part for me is always lining everything back up. That's the part I struggle with the most. There we go. And we're gonna have to fish this wire through somehow, because I don't remember. Oh, I did this wrong. Dang it. Right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the hard part's always remembering how this came apart. I think I'm gonna end up doing a longer video, since this is kind of confusing a little bit on how to take this apart. And I'll do a longer video on one of these controllers, and then the rest of them I'll just, fix on stream. It's not hard, it's just, if you've never swapped one, you may get kind of a little lost in what's going on. Alright. And then I just need to clean up the rest of this. But yeah, okay. This can be thrown out. And I'm just going to clean up the rest of the shell. This one's kind of sad because this is chewed up over here. Which is a bummer. I didn't notice that when I grabbed it. I may have to find a different replacement shell for this. Just because this is so... Someone or something was chewing on this real bad. But... Alright. That's really all I was going to do for today. I'm just going to do, like I said, a bunch of these quick little streams here. I didn't think anyone was going to pop in because it's Super Bowl, so I was surprised that anyone popped in here. I do appreciate you guys for showing up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a few more here this week. Just a little later in the day kind of things. And feel free to post, like I said, your key that you need fixed, and maybe I can help you out with that if you need. And yeah, hopefully this was kind of entertaining. I don't know how much of this you were here for, but I appreciate you being here. Also, if anyone knows a good place to get replacement cords for these that aren't just purple, because all the ones I ever find are purple on the ends, but I have so many that are orange or silver or whatever, but then they'll have just this little purple barrel, which is kind of disappointing. It's not the end of the world, but how does this line up? Am I crazy? Oh, what? This is the original one. Is it because it's a different stick? Or am I just being too gentle with it? Because here's one of the replacement sticks. The little replacement stick is keyed correctly for this. I think? Yeah. So but this one is keyed slightly different, which is strange. Huh. I don't know, well, I guess I'll put the replacement in here, even though that was my last one, and I'll store this. And then, like, one of these other ones, like this one here, but this needs a replacement stick anyway, so I'm just gonna have to buy a bunch of parts. I'm already down to my last couple little caps here. So, alright guys, if you're a fan of sports ball, I hope whatever team you're rooting for wins the sports ball game. And if not, well, I hope whatever you got going on is good. I have no idea what teams are playing, so But go sports team ball thing. And I love anyone that was here watching. You guys are the best. Appreciate you. Uh, have a good rest of your Sunday. So, toodles.